Is the Marantz Model 40N a audiophile product? Well, let's not waste any time and jump straight in. So in today's video, we're going to focus more on the manufacturing, the technology, the build of the Marantz Model 40N. I will also give you my thoughts on how it sounds towards the end. But for now, let's have a look at the amplifier itself. So it's available in two colors, the black as can be seen here, and also a silver option. The 40N is an integrated amp that includes a streamer and a DAC. So basically a all-in-one, ready to go, simply add speakers solution. With class AB amplification and coming in at 70 watts at 8 ohms and 100 watts at 4 ohms, don't let these 70 watts fool you. These are not AB receiver watts. The price in South Africa for this unit is 67,490 Rand, and in the US it is $2,499. I just quickly want to remind you that I am doing a giveaway. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away the small WIM streamer, the WIM Mini, and then at 5,000 subscribers, I'll be giving away the WIM amp. So in order to win that, you just need to like, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and you might as well leave a comment while you're down there. The Wi-Fi has Wi-Fi 6, so AC connectivity. You can AirPlay, Bluetooth, and you have access to the local network using the Wi-Fi as mentioned, or an Ethernet port. It also has high-res audio, 192 kilohertz at 24 bits, and DSD up to 5.6 megahertz. It is also an IoT device with all the major players supported, as well as there is Control 4 certified drivers, IP drivers available for the unit. Looking at the front of the unit, Marantz has what's called a acoustic symmetry. So you can see symmetry across the front. They've even included the power button and the headphone jack to be across from each other, combining the symmetry. And then also what they call the window into the unit, which is obviously going to give you your display, which is going to give you your volume control, your source inputs, etc. And then obviously settings as well as navigating through the menu using the remote. What you have as well is you've got the HDMI ARC, which gives you an on-screen display. So, you know, where they haven't gone, where many other competitors have gone, where there's a touch screen on the front of the display. I don't know about you guys, but I would rather have that money go into making the amplifier sound better than having a flashy screen on the front. If you want a screen, you can take out your phone and use your phone to control the device, as well as putting the display up on the screen and being able to see what's going on there. So the screen is not a need to have, but a nice to have. So it does have a little screen, and that's enough for me. Having a closer look at the back of the unit, we have the two antenna connections for the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. We have the digital inputs at the top, the USB, the RJ45 network jack, the HDMI ARC, a coaxial and optical input. Then we have our phono stage, which is a MM as mentioned before, I think. And then lastly, the analog inputs are at the bottom. We have 3 analog inputs. We have the record output, and then we have a subwoofer output, which jumps in 20 hertz intervals, starting off at 40 hertz, 60, 80, 100, and then lastly 120. And then we have the ability to use this amplifier as a power amp. That's what these two inputs are for. And then lastly, looking at the terminals, they've gone for very high quality, beautiful looking terminals, which matches the rest of the amplifier. Looking at the remote, the top of the remote is aluminium. So it kind of feels like one of those old school audiophile products where you could throw the remote at an intruder should you need to. With research showing that 63% of our stereo listeners have a TV between our speakers, the addition of the HDMI ARC is a very welcome addition to a stereo product. This was the first time Marantz introduced this into a stereo product, and they were also one of the first to actually do it, where you get the on-screen display and the CEC. Looking at the unit opened up, we can see a large shielded toroidal transformer wrapped in metal, as well as a thick, large heatsink running through the center of the unit, as well as the chromed box housing the digital electronics and keeping it isolated from the rest of the signal path. And then looking at the next slide, we can see a lot of care was taken to separate the main power supply from the rest of the amplifier, being divided by the large heatsink running through the middle. Looking at the shielded box where the digital circuitry is housed, the top board is a HIOS board, as well as the inputs for the HDMI and other digital inputs. Then there is a shielding plate separating the top board from the bottom one, which is the DAC board, as well as the phono stage PCB. The reason for this enclosure is to isolate the digital noise from the other components for the best audio clarity. The power supply comes in at 3.4 kilograms and is wrapped in metal to reduce vibrations. The power supply feeds the main caps, which are Elan caps also built in Japan to the Marantz's specifications. The Elan caps are also glued to the PCB to reduce vibration. And then on the right, you can see the power regulation for the preamplifier section. And then on the next slide, we can see how the power moves through the amplifier. They've taken a lot of care to make sure the resistance is as low as possible. And here we can see how they have accomplished it by replacing the copper foil with copper bars more than 20 times thicker than the foil option. Marantz utilizes HDAM, which is a proprietary technology which performs better than integrated circuitry. It's often used by competitors. The HDAM, which stands for Hyperdynamic Amplifier Module, and the benefits of this technology are it's very fast, very low noise, and fine-tunable for the engineers at Marantz. There are two digital filters to choose from. The one featuring an open and wide sound stage, and then the second giving you a more analog sounding characteristics. The low frequencies are dynamic and have a lot of control, making electronic music in particular a lot of fun to listen to. When it comes to the mids, the Marantz has a lot of warmth, and it feels as though it makes audio playback feel effortless and makes you want to pay attention. The high frequency sound very clear and clean. It's overall a very balanced, smooth sounding amplifier. But don't take it from me. If you are in the market for any audiovisual equipment, home theater, smart homes, networking, etc., please reach out to me. So I'm not going to answer the question whether this is an audiophile worthy product. I think I've already done so by purchasing and living with this product for 2 years. But I'd like to hear from you. What do you think? Do you think it is? Please let me know in the comments below. My name is Justin, this is The Tech Experience, and we'll see you in the next one.